Jeff the Wealth Builder, financial advisor, strategist, cash value life insurance enthusiast. You're on Money Mondays when we talk to dope financial professionals and business owners on strategies on how to build wealth so we can close the wealth gap here in America. Today's guest, we have no other than Ryan McCrary, always also known as the funnel doctor. My man got a new book out that we're going to dive into called The Prescription. And I'm so happy and so grateful to have him on Money Mondays tonight. What's up, my man, Ryan? How you doing today?
What's going on, man? I'm good. I'm happy to be here. Thank you so much for having me as a guest. It's been long overdue, man. I should have been the first guest. But, we ain't going to trip about that.
I mean, you put your OG on the side, and I was just like, hey, what's going on with all that? You know what I mean? Well, thank you for getting on Money Mondays. It's a great opportunity for me to talk to some dope individuals. So I love the opportunity. So let's just jump into this. How did you get to become known as the funnel doctor? Break that thing down for me.
Man, that's a really good question. Okay. So it's a long story. Long story made short. So my professional background is actually in finance. So a lot of people may not know that. So out of college, I worked in finance for many years. Actually, I'm on Money Monday. It's crazy. So I worked in finance for many years. I had my securities licenses, and I didn't want to go up the corporate ladder anymore. So my first business, when I first became an entrepreneur, was actually in the finance space. So I was working with financial literacy, teaching financial literacy. I actually had another book that I wrote, courses and coaching and stuff like that. But since I didn't have my corporate job anymore, I had to learn how to make money as an entrepreneur, which, as we know, as entrepreneurs, if you don't come from an entrepreneur family, if you don't have the business background, it's very, very difficult. So I actually had to learn how to make money online as an entrepreneur. That's what got me into digital marketing. So I just started learning everything I could. I was taking trainings. I was hiring coaches. I was going to conferences and stuff like that. And in the midst of that, I got actually kind of good at it. So for me, just, having a knack for it and becoming good at it, making a lot of entrepreneur relationships, I started indirectly helping other people. Like, I see your website, I see your landing page. Like, let me just type it up for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me run some ads for you. Let me just, try to make your stuff better. And in the midst of that, people just started coming to me to actually help them with their digital marketing, with their funnels, with their landing pages. And I started, quote unquote, doctoring things up, where it's like, I got my funnel, but I can't collect payments. My merchant ain't working, or my buttons ain't going through, my tags, my automation ain't going through. So I literally just started coming in and just doctoring stuff up. And I was like, I need to be the funnel doctor. Like, I know funnels, that's my jam, and I can actually help and provide results for people.
So you started doctoring some things up, huh?
Yes, sir. Still doing.
Like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Doctor, that name sticks on you, man. That's like fire, man. I kind of like that. The funnel doctor, because you be doctoring things up. That's what's up. So when you look at this whole thing about marketing, you're talking about a funnel. So let's just break this down for someone who may not know what the hell we are talking about right now, right? So could you break down the whole concept of a marketing funnel and make it make sense for someone that's outside of marketing so they can understand and relate to what you're talking about?
Definitely. So a marketing funnel is basically a step-by-step process that allows you to bring a potential customer through a journey. You may also hear it referred to as like the customer journey and stuff like that. But it's basically just a process that you bring people through, a sales process. Now, I know when I first got started in business, I didn't think about what I offered as like a system. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of knew what I wanted to do. I knew what I was passionate about. But I didn't think about it actually like, what is a system that I can take people through to actually sell something? So basically having someone from like a lead, they're raising the hand, I'm interested, to actually becoming a paying customer. And there's a journey that you bring people through for that. You may also hear it referred to as like the top of funnel, middle of the funnel, bottom of the funnel. Your top of funnel is like people that are, first aware of you. That's like the awareness phase. Like they heard of you. They finally, may want to check you out. And then the middle of the funnel is like, okay, well, let me actually, get this free thing. Let me get on a call. Let me get a free sample or something like that. Then as you get to the bottom of the funnel, that's when they actually become a paying customer. And again, it's just a step-by-step process that you bring people through.
Oh, so it's like a customer journey. It's
Yep.
about having a customer just navigate through the whole process with you until you can get them to a place that they can buy something from you.
Exactly. Is this a sales process that you bring them through?
Got you. Cause I hear a little bird. Well, a little bird didn't tell me, but I heard that you kind of got good at some things. So, I'm gonna just pick your brain a little bit, because as a financial advisor and strategist, I want to make sure that, I make this a little beneficial for me as well, too. So other advisors that could be watching this, that they can understand the urgency and the need to having a funnel and how to have customers participate in that customer journey process. So what is the first step that, myself or a new advisor that's getting into this business and trying to understand how this marketing funnel thing work and operate? What's some of the things that we should be paying attention to make sure that we can help people in the financial space kind of understand the financial decisions that they're making and how it's important for them in the concept of helping them to build wealth? How can we participate? How does that funnel make our jobs better, easy, and to identify and attract our ideal client?
That's a really good question. So I want to take a step back for a minute because I have worked with a number of financial advisors. We have a number of life insurance agents and stuff that like that we work with. And I would say first and foremost, you need to figure out what's going to separate you from everyone else.
Gotcha.
Because there are 11 financial advisors, some of them fraudulent, some of them real, some of them fake. You don't know the difference. They all using the same jargon online and offline. So I would say that's the first thing you want to think about is like, what's going to separate you from everyone else? We call that the USP, the unique selling proposition. Because like I said, there are tons of financial advisors. Why should I work with you as opposed to someone else? Everyone named Mama, including Primerica, whoever, is trying to sell me life insurance. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So like, why should I buy it through you as opposed to someone else? Why should I get portfolio through you or someone else? And it may be your fee structure, it may be your personality, it may be your experience, like whatever the case may be. So that's the first thing that I would ask, tell all advisors to think about, because that's going to relate to your copy, your messaging, your funnel, your ads, your offers, and everything like that. So that's the first thing. In addition to that, when it comes to like hardcore funnel stuff, I think number one, you should really be utilizing these funnels to generate leads. Like that's one of the main things. And like I said, work with a number of folks in your space, and we help them generate a lot of leads and be like really, really intentional on how can we use this marketing to get more leads? Because I'm pretty sure in your business, majority of your business comes from referrals. Mm-hmm. And ain't nothing wrong with that. But we all know that those of us that, get referrals, like I do myself, you can live and die with referrals. If referrals are great, business is great. Yeah. Or referrals die down or it's slow or whatever the case may be, the economy shifts, whatever, things can be tough. So I would say if you have an active funnel, and we would call that a lead magnet or a lead generation funnel, actively out there getting leads for you. So you can literally wake up every day and have more leads in your database from not doing anything. You know what I'm saying? From like an ad running out there, a funnel collecting them, and you're out with a client, with your family, on the beach, whatever, and you still have something working for you when you don't. That is the main thing with the funnel. And then once they get into your world, you can nurture them, you can segment them, you can reach out to them, you can have someone on your team reach out to them, whatever the case may be. But I would say that's the main thing is like getting a lead magnet, lead generation funnel to be collecting leads for you 24/7.
Man, that's awesome. I like that right there. You are Money Mondays with Jeff. We're speaking with Ryan McCrary, also known as the Funnel Doctor. We're getting into funneling and how this funnel process is very beneficial for you to help you to get to the next level and help you to increase your brand awareness utilizing funnels. And I want to also, give my man a shout out because he created my funnel that we're doing for the Cash Value Wealth Building Summit. And we have online virtual summit that's going on February 23rd and February 24th. It's free to the public. You can go to www.cashvaluewealthbuilders.com and you can register and check out the funnel design that my man put together for me. Pots and pans, 100 grand. It looks real good. And I just want to give you a shout out for putting that together for me. So talk to me a little bit about funnel, the day to life of. So if someone was on the outside looking in and they was thinking, man, this funnel thing is interesting and it's kind of appealing, walk us through what a day in the life of the funnel doctor. What does that look like?
That's a good question. Well, I got a secret for y'all, and I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't build funnels no more. And it may be a surprise to people. Our company builds them, you know what I'm saying? But like me personally, like I actually don't build the funnels anymore. Now I'm still the mastermind behind it, still the strategy. Like, I'm telling my team, like, this is how I want it to look. This is what it's going to be. This is the process. This is the, this is the flow and how it should go. And the upsell goes here, the downsell and stuff like that. But I actually personally, because people be like, oh yeah, like, can you build my funnel? And like, I forget how it came up in the conversation recently. And I was like, I actually don't build the funnels anymore. Our team does. But to answer your question, a day in the life. So a day in the life, it depends on the day because like my schedule will be like crazy. Like a day of life might be me jumping on the plane, going somewhere, me and you at a conference, and you know what I mean, learning and networking with people and all the things that we do as entrepreneurs. But a typical day, we usually start around as a company like around 9 a.m. So we have a team meeting where we have actually it's called like a huddle, where we do like just a little quick check-in with everyone. Like everybody in our internal team gets on the call and we really just go through our projects. So a lot of our day-to-day is really in like the project management space. So that's something that I learned building an agency is like majority of what I do is around project management and looking at the process, where things are, if working with vendors or other team members, internal or external, clients, whatever the case may be, just where we are with stuff. So our first thing is our team meeting right in the morning. We go over literally our whole con board of like the projects, where they are in the phase. Are they just on the intake phase? Are they in the copywriting design phase? Is it done and the client's actually looking at it? Then we have our monthly management clients where we're managing ads on a monthly basis. Are they getting the reports? Are there any new campaigns coming up? Like we're literally looking at our entire project board of like what's going on. And then from there, once everybody's assigned what they need to do for the day or need to follow up, whatever the case may be, then me and the team to get to work. So whether that's me jumping on a sales call with someone, whether that's me reviewing something before it goes out, whether it's, me having a team meeting or a performance meeting or evaluation meeting or something like that. That may be, throughout the day. I may be jumping on a live or something like that. Throughout the day, I may get on a coaching call with one of our coaches that me and you share, whatever the case may be. But majority of the day is really just looking at our projects and what we're doing. And then also me strategizing, how can we get more results for people? So as an entrepreneur, we need more time to like think, strategize, and really think about like the mission, the values, everything we're trying to do as a company. And how do we keep that ball moving forward? So I'm always thinking about, okay, like how can we get more results for people? How can we generate more leads for people? How can we get more sales for people? How can we deliver results for people at the highest level? And whatever that looks like, whatever I got to do professionally, personally to get us in that space, that's something I'm doing every single day as well.
So you talk about doing some things professionally in your space to help you to get better results for the clients that you serve. Can you talk about a little bit of some of the things from a professional development standpoint that you are participating right now to help you to get your game to the next level so you can be more of a resource and more of an asset to the people that you serve?
Yeah, definitely. So it starts with constant learning,
Okay.
especially in the space I'm in, like it's always changing rapidly. So I got to be at the top of my game. So whether that's reading the latest information about it, whether it's a training, a webinar, a conference, hiring someone, a podcast, like whatever the case may be, like I got to stay at the top of my game. So that's a big part of it. And then just building relationships with people, speaking to other people, and also looking at data. Like I'm really analytical as well, of like looking at like data, things trending, AI, of course, the big thing as well going on. So that's, a big part of it is like just constant learning for real.
So why is data so important with helping you to be a viable asset to the people that you serve?
Good question. Because for what I do, it ain't really based on theory. You know what I'm saying? It's based on like, what are the numbers saying? So people
Okay.
always ask me questions on like, what's the best funnel platform? Or what do you recommend for this? Or should I do this type of launch? And I'm like, what does the data tell you? You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to like launching something, putting something new out, a new product or service. Well, should I do a funnel for this? Or I'm doing this new coaching program. Should I do this new program? And this is how much I should price it. What should I do? I'm like, you got to put out there and see. Before you put a whole bunch of money into something, like you got to see how people are responding. Are people buying? Are people interested? Whatever the case may be. But again, to answer your question, like data is a big part of it because like I go off of data. That's what I'm measuring whether something's successful or not. Or if I should use a platform or not, or this is the right price point or what, does this page convert or not? For me, it's all based on data.
Man, that's awesome. I like that. I like that. So you're new. Well, you're not a new author. You are what's the term when you wrote more than one book? I guess you're a seasoned.
I don't know. Season, yeah.
You're a seasoned author now. You know what I mean? You got this dope book out now called The Prescription. So, what inspired you to write The Prescription? What inspired the funnel doctor to access all of this great information in his head to come out with the prescription, the blueprint, the playbook on marketing and branding yourself? Tell us a little bit about that and why and what inspired you to write it.
Yeah, I think it was so needed. You know, that's the first thing. Another thing, a lot of people learn in different ways. Okay. So for some people, it is through actually reading a book. It may be audio, which the audio book will be coming out very, very soon. I just had someone record it for me. It may be through visual. You know what I mean? Like people are watching something like this live right here. You know what I'm saying? So I know like that is a big form of media that a lot of people consume is like book. So it's not, it's not that different from all the stuff that I talk about or I work with the clients on and stuff like that. It's just another way to get it out to the masses. So that was like number one. I got to get it out there in multiple different forms. So that was one. And number two, we just had a lot of greatness that we had to get out there. So there are like tons of case studies in there, which I love the case studies. So shout out to everyone that was there as a case study from Shantaria, from Travel Divas, Ladies and Luggage, Janice with her beauty company, so many other people that are in the book that are actually in there as case studies. So that's another thing as well. It's like, it's not just me like talking about different principles. It's actually showing how we applied these to like real life businesses and how it got them results as well. So I just, I like being an author. I like writing stuff. I like getting it out there. And I just knew like, I got to get this information out there. And I think that will help grow and scale and get it out more to the masses. Because of course, as a company, we still growing, but like, we can't necessarily build a funnel for everyone. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, we can if we can get the bandwidth, the team, whatever the case may be. But this is something I feel like we can get out to more people. Is like this book. Also, with a book, I love it because even when I'm not here, that should still stand the test of time. You know what I'm saying? Like something you can create one time and monetize it forever and really have it out there forever. Think about all the books we still read it. Think and Grow Rich or whatever. They're like the Bible, whatever. Thousands or hundreds of years old, and we're still consuming it to this day. That is why having a book, number one, is extremely important.
That's awesome, man. So, the cash value wealth builders in the community that we're building, how could we apply the prescription to help get that community and get this level of helping people to leverage cash value life insurance to replace income and buy assets? So how could we use the prescription and the concepts and the principles in that book to elevate and grow that community?
Good question. Let me make sure I understand the question. So to grow this community, your community, how can you use the book to do that?
Yes.
That's a good question. So I ain't gonna say you're the best kept secret. You know what I'm saying? Because I think a lot of people know about this. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's just about more eyeballs. You know what I mean? Because what you have is amazing. It's great. You're teaching people. You are an expert. Too many people out here talking about things that they just read a book about and now they just start talking about it online. But I think it's really about getting more eyeballs on this information, this coaching, these lives, your services. So that's what I would say would be the main thing is like, how do we just get them to more people? So we have a whole, not even just chapter, we have a whole section on traffic, and not just about traffic from a social media ad perspective. Yeah, we talk about social media ads. I love Facebook ads, Instagram ads, Google, whatever. We love those. But there are so many other ways to get traffic. So whether that is doing lives like this, whether that is a podcast, whether that is Facebook groups, whether that is Google ads, whether that is going to events, sponsoring events, influencers, getting access to other people's email lists. Like there are so many other ways to get traffic. So I think that will be the key to growing this is really have a holistic traffic strategy of like, how do we get this in front of more people? It may be getting a guest that has more guests with bigger platforms that have your ideal audience or something like that. It may be going on tour. You know what I mean? It may be doing something in person, an actual podcast in person. And then people be doing these podcast tours now where they go to different cities and rent something out. I'm like, hey, come get a in-person taping of it and then get my book or get my services, everything like that. I know you got the conference coming up, which is amazing as well. So I really think it's just an awareness thing. And then also this is the important part of the funnel. The awareness part and have people know about you is great. That's a big key component to it. But once someone's aware, then what happens? You don't want to have traffic and don't have a targeted place to send to them. You know what I'm saying? So that's where the funnel comes into place. Collect people's information, get something for free, subscribe to our list, and really grow on the list. Because as we know, we don't own these social media platforms. So we can build these huge platforms and then God forbid something happens and we don't have them on our list, we can lose all of that. So that's what I would say.
So you're going to make sure that in 2024, 2024, Jeff the Wealth Builder is not going to be the best kept secret anymore.
Absolutely. Not anymore. Not in 2024.
I am going to hold you to that. So if the prescription,
you to that.
All right, that's no problem.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't talk about it, be about it. You know how I roll. So if the prescription had a sequel, right, a part 2, and let's say you had that part 2 entirely focused on wealth building through funnels. Like, what would a great title for that sequel be? And what would be some of the contents, some of the chapters in that sequel?
Man, that's a good question. And I've been thinking about that too. Like, what makes logical sense? Because, I mean, you get the prescription, but you got to fill it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, the doctor can give you the prescription, but if you don't fill it, if you don't go to the pharmacy, if you don't take the medicine, then it don't make the prescription ain't enough. You know what I'm saying? So something along those lines, whether it's filling it, whether it's, I don't have an exact name or title yet, but I have been thinking about it. I was picking up some medicine for my aunt the other day, and it said something about fill your prescription or something at CVS. I was like, yo, I need something like that, where it's like, you got the prescription, now you got to fill it. So it will be something along those lines. But I think it'll be like more of like, all right, taking this stuff to the next level. You know what I mean? Because this book, I feel like, is the marketing and funnel foundation of like what a funnel is, why you need it, the different components of a funnel and stuff like that. So now it's about like massive scaling your funnel. So talk more about funnel stacking. We talk a little bit about it, but I'm going to talk more about funnel stacking, more about customer lifetime value, more about MMR, monthly recurring revenue, and all that type of stuff. Deeper into funnel analytics and like UTM tracking and AI and that type of stuff, like really like nerd out a little bit on some stuff. Like that would be like the sequel to it of like, all right, you got the foundation. Now let's go like even deeper on the digital marketing stuff. So that's what I would say. You got me thinking now. I'm like, yo, I need this sequel to come out ASAP. But that would be how I would see it. But I love what you talk about is like building wealth through funnels, because like that is like a main core mission of our company as well, is like, how do we help build generational wealth? Mm-hmm. And that's definitely what you can do with your funnel, because at the end of the day, the funnel helps you make more money. You know what I'm saying? So once you make more money through your funnel, then you come to Jeff, the wealth builder, and be like, all right, I made this money with my funnel, but making money is not enough. how do we put this money into build wealth and grow assets through cash value life insurance, through other forms of insurance, through real estate, through more business acquisitions, through stock market investing, or whatever the case may be. That is really the sequel in itself as well. We need to do like a joint book. Funny, right? Funnel right, money right book or something like that.
We need to do something. We need to, that sounds like a good, like you talk about going on a tour. That sounds like a good tour thing. Funny, funnel right, money right. That kind of got a nice little ring to it.
I like that. I like
so
that.
We're gonna build something on that off, stage.
Offline, right? So but yeah, that's what I would say. But honestly, like that's a great. I love how you titled that. Like, because the funnel helps you make more money, but making the money ain't enough. Because we see too many entrepreneurs, no name, no blame. Y'all making money, but then when that money dry up, where you at? You can't pay your bills. Your house getting foreclosed. You know what I'm saying? Your car getting repossessed. Whatever the case may be, I ain't trying to make millions of dollars and ain't got nothing to show for it.
That's right. Not on our watch, because you know how to make the money. We're going to show you how to keep the money, how to protect the money, how to grow the money so you can enjoy the money and then pass that money on to the next generation, because it's about having money to fund the things that you are passionate about. We're on Monday. Look, listen to me. I can't even talk now. We're on Money Mondays. I got the funnel doctor in the house. We're talking to a dope financial professional as well as a business owner. And we're leveraging opportunities in funneling, and how funnels is the opportunity for you to have a powerful marketing strategy behind your brand, behind your name, behind your concept. And Ryan is giving us some great seasoning on how to make that happen. I want to switch gears a little bit. But before I do that, I want you guys to make sure that you register for the Cash Value Wealth Builders Summit, which is going to take place on February 23rd and 24th. It's virtual, it's online, it's free, so you can watch anywhere in the world. Head on over to www.cashvaluewealthbuilder.com and make sure you register for this event. We got some dope financial speakers that's coming around to give you some great information, some great financial education on how you can get to the next level in your wealth building strategy. We talking about building indestructible wealth. That means wealth that will last the test of time. So make sure you show up and bring a friend while you can. Now check this out. This marketing, these funnels is all great. Talk about some of the common challenges like professionals face, business owners face when they're trying to implement these marketing funnels. It can't all be so easy to do. It's got to be some challenges that you see that you got to help, business owners and entrepreneurs like myself get over the hump in dealing with these marketing funnels. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, that's a good question because there's so many of them. The first one I would say, not staying in your lane. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean by that?
Getting out of your element. Like if you're a financial professional, why are you trying to build a funnel? You know what I'm saying? Like leave that to the funnel experts, because you're going to waste too much time and money trying to figure it out yourself. And we all know money loves speed. Y'all know financial professionals. You should know money loves speed. So obviously that's one of the first things is like you just spending so much time spinning your wheels and like trying to figure it out. You're trying to watch 50-11 videos, trying to read all these books. You're trying to do all the things when it's like you could have literally just paid an expert to set it up for you while you stay in your zone of genius. So that's something that we pride ourselves on, is like we work with subject matter experts and let them stay in their zone of genius so we can do what we do best. So I would say that's like one of the first things is people just get hung up trying to figure it out when it's like, stop just trying to figure it out. So that's number one. In addition to that, funnels and stuff like that, it doesn't happen overnight. So that's what I would say, like that's another thing as well. And also having product market fit. The greatest funnel, ad campaign, whatever the case may be, is not a substitute for something that people do not want to buy in the marketplace. So like you actually have to have a viable product or service that like people want to buy. And that's when you have a funnel or ad campaign behind it to like pour gas on the fire, what we say. So that's another thing that I see is like people have all these ideas in their head, like I'm gonna build a funnel, I'm gonna hire someone, in the case may be, and it doesn't work out. That's because you haven't actually tested the idea. So that's what I would say is like that. And then also just giving it time to actually scale. Sorry. Getting passionate about this. Giving it time to actually scale, because like I said, it doesn't happen overnight. So you put it out there and then you test it and you optimize it. Some people put a funnel out there, they get it built, whatever the case may be, but they don't optimize it. Like looking at it, like how many people are coming through? Is this the right price point? Are people buying? Are they not buying? Is it the right headline? Is it the right offer? Is it the right audience? Like all the things that go into it, all the nuances of it. And then the last main thing is like not having enough traffic. Because if you don't have enough eyeballs on the funnel, it don't matter. It can be the greatest product in the world that people buy. If you get somebody one-on-one, they buy it. But if you want to scale it, you need to get it in front of more people. So like anytime if you make 10,000 or 100,000, like whatever, if you can make 100,000, why can't you make 1,000,000? You just got to get it in front of more people. So that's what I would say. That's another main thing is like having a traffic strategy.
When you talk about getting eyes, getting it more eyes on the product, you got Facebook, you got Instagram, you got TikTok, you got LinkedIn, you got YouTube, you got Snapchat, you got Google, you got all of these different channels and all of these different vehicles that you got, to choose from. So if you had to choose one that you can really like kind of focus in on, which one should an entrepreneur choose and why?
That's a trick question because it depends on who your audience is.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like for real, because if you have a professional audience, I would say a corporate audience or whatever, I would say LinkedIn. You know what I'm saying? If you have a younger demographic audience or even, for parents that are younger, whatever, it may be TikTok, it may be Instagram, maybe Snapchat or something like that. If it's older, you know what I mean? It may be Facebook. So it really depends on who your audience is. So that's like the main thing is like, because if you talking to like corporate professionals and you on TikTok, I'm not saying none of them are on TikTok, but you'll probably do much better for that on LinkedIn as opposed to TikTok. You know what I'm saying? So it really depends on who your avatar is.
All right, so let me rephrase the question. You have Facebook, you have Instagram, you have LinkedIn, you have YouTube. If the funnel doctors, what's the funnels doctor's preference on building a funnel using those 4 channels? Like if you had to rank 1 through 4, how would you rank that?
For me?
Yes, for you as the funnel doctor strategist. Like, let me rephrase that. Do you have a favorite platform that you like to utilize first to kind of help your client to penetrate and attract the demographic that they're looking for?
It depends. I'm answering 2 ways because like I said, for the client, it really has to depend on the avatar. You know what I'm saying? So it's because I would be giving you misinformation if I didn't say that. You know what I'm saying? Because I could be like, for a client, the idea was to go to Instagram. Like we love Instagram. I love Instagram. Like, but it may not be for, like I said, if you're trying to get corporate clients, like you're not necessarily going to get them through Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Or they may be on there, but like the decision makers or whatever, like it will be much better to have a strategy through LinkedIn. But for like myself personally, like Facebook and Instagram are my 2. I prefer Instagram more, but my avatar is more on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Like we still get a good amount of clients through Instagram, and Instagram is still great. And like I prefer it better, but I know my ideal avatar is through Facebook, and I've made a lot more money through Facebook than Instagram. We made a good amount of money, you know what I'm saying? But we made a lot more money through
Facebook. With
Facebook.
all due respect to Facebook, they suck. They got the worst customer service ever.
I ain't talking about the customer service, but I mean Instagram and Facebook is the same. Facebook owns Instagram. So you're talking about customer service, talking about both of them. But I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about as a platform that you can monetize.
Trump would say both of them. Both of them suck.
Yeah. I mean, they're the same. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but I would say I'm looking at it from a monetization standpoint. You know what I'm saying? What's my favorite one because I'm on social media, of course. I connect with family and friends and stuff like that. People I went to high school with. I'm not on there for that. I connect with them. I'm not on there for that, though. I'm on there to make money, to grow my business, and to monetize. So from a monetization standpoint,
I'm trying to grow my business and do the same thing. But, I had a little hiccup and, I haven't had that issue resolved in almost 2 months now. I'm like, goodness gracious.
I know.
Come on, Facebook. Come on, Instagram.
We love y'all, Facebook. We streaming on Facebook. We love y'all. Mark Z, we love you. You know what I'm saying? Let's be careful.
man, Mark don't care about us. He got a bunker, man. He chilling somewhere.
Listen.
All right, but check this out. If you were talking, let's back the clock up a little bit. Like, let's say you were, 21 years old, and the funnel doctor is talking to his 21-year-old self. What would you tell your 21-year-old self now as it relates to building wealth and understanding marketing?
Man, I'll be like a billionaire by now if I could go back to that time. Like, or I even gonna say millionaire, I'm saying billionaire. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real.
Come on, drop some of that wisdom.
Yeah. So if I could talk to my 21-year-old self, I would just say, like, focus. You know what I'm saying? Like, focus. Don't worry about all the distractions or the dumb stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, focus. I would have became an entrepreneur earlier. I didn't become an entrepreneur until I was 28, 29. You know what I'm saying? Which is still early, I think, in retrospect to a lot of other people. But I would have definitely been like, I was still in 21. I was still in college. So I would have became an entrepreneur earlier. I would have focused. I would have been saving more money. I would have dabbled into real estate. Like all the stuff I know now, I would have just did now. You know what I'm saying? Like back then, like I said, I would have started my business. I would have focused on building wealth. I would have been consistent. I would have got rid of all the distractions. And like, just think about if you go back to 21 and you do what you do now, by the time you here now, you can live your best life. You know what I'm saying? Like I can literally be retired right now if I would have did that 17, 16, 15, 16 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So
I asked you that question. I asked you that question because I asked myself that same question. I told, I just turned double nickel a couple months ago, and I was like, what would I have told my 25-year-old self down about like everything that I know now? And one of the things I said to myself was, I have this tendency of wanting everything to be perfect.
Right.
And what I would tell my 25-year-old self is like, it doesn't have to be perfect.
No,
it has to be, as Lamar always says, done is better than perfect.
Absolutely.
It just has to be done. Like, you got to get it out there and just get the concept or get the vision or get the plan tested to see if people want to flow with what you talk about doing. And another thing I told myself is I would have eliminated a whole lot of distractions.
Yeah.
Because I think, when I was in that stage of age and life, I had so many distractions that kept me off of the main thing. So if I would have kept the main thing at 25, I would have had so much more impact and so much more influence. And so that's what I'm
right now, chilling. You know what I'm saying? Like every day, like for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Work when you want to work.
So that's real cool. So I want to switch gears. I want to talk about a different side of you. I want to get like into the fun part of you because people could I heard little rumors that you're so serious all the time. You got to loosen up a little bit. So one of the things that I want to ask you is that if you can describe the perfect marketing funnel, like using a movie and a movie title, like what would that movie and that title, what would that movie be, right? And why'd you choose that movie? If you could sum up the perfect marketing funnel in a movie, what would it be and why?
I don't know. That's a hard question because it's like, I thought you were going to say like if it could be your life in a movie, all right, you know what I'm saying? But like the marketing funnel in a movie, I don't know. Yeah, the perfect let me think.
All right, I'm gonna tell you what mine would be. I'm gonna tell you what mine would be as a cash value wealth builder, right? I watched these movies and I just watched the latest sequel about 3 times already. Like I love this movie. I love the series that's in the movie, and that would be Denzel's The Equalizer. Because I feel like cash value life insurance is the great financial equalizer. So it's like I watched those plays and I watched like, man, this will be a nice little So that's why I pose that question to you. Like, what would that movie title be for the perfect marketing funnel?
That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, what comes to mind as far as like funnel and like getting people in, like a training day or something. You know what I'm saying? Like he got him in that funnel, and you know what I'm saying?
You were gangster with Denzel and
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? Because he got him in from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Of like, yo, let me get you into this funnel. And once you in, it's gonna be hard to get out. And it was hard for him to get out. You know what I'm saying? So that's literally what comes to mind of like, yo, we're gonna get you in this funnel, we're gonna nurture you, we're gonna do all the things. But to get out this funnel, it's gonna be really difficult. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God, it's so funny. We had two different movies, but Denzel playing
I really was
the
thinking
perfect role.
today. Yeah, for sure.
So looking ahead, what kind of emergent trends do you see in marketing and funneling, and how do you see AI shaping this whole next trend as we're moving forward?
Yeah, so as far as trends, I mean, it got to be AI. That was what I was going to say. Like, it got to be AI. And I see what AI is like. How do you get things done faster? You know what I'm saying? Like, as like, how do you use AI to like disrupt yourself? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would
back up for a minute. When you say using AI to disrupt yourself, what you mean by that? Talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, because people are saying like, well, AI is going to replace all the jobs. It's going to play, you know what I mean? Of like, how do you use that to your advantage though? From a funnel perspective, like I say, when you can get to the money faster, like for a funnel, the anatomy of a funnel is like you need copy, you need design, you need to set it up, you need integration, you need ads. So you can use AI to write all your copy, design all your stuff, you know what I'm saying? Write all your ads and all the case may be. So like that whole creative aspect, I mean, so you want to look at it and make sure it's good, but it can like really, really shorten the time span just like that. You know what I mean? So like, that's what I would say is like, how do we use it to our advantage? Not like, oh, it's going to replace all our jobs. Like, okay, how can we use it to our greatest ability to actually get stuff done? Because that's one of the other things with funnels and the pitfalls that people take too long to like get stuff done, get stuff launched. You take it forever. You're trying to launch and then you know, tell them write copy. You're trying to look at it. You're trying to design. You're trying to be a graphic designer. Of like, you can literally use AI, Chat GPT, Mid-Journey, all the things, and like get stuff done way faster. So that's what I would say. Like you can get to the money faster with it.
I had that question posed to me too. They was like, well, AI is going to eliminate all of the financial advisors' jobs. And I was like, nah, I don't think our job will ever be replaced because a lot of our stuff is all predicated on strategy. So if you don't have good strategy, and that's one of the things that I don't think that the fast learning of AI, that's what I like to call it, the fast learning mechanism. I don't think it's really programmed as of yet to handle financial strategy, understanding, how strategies can help with taxes and things of that nature. So, that's why I wanted to pose that question and see where you guys are looking at that on the spectrum of building these funnels, because everybody think that, they can just go to Chat GPT and say, build me a funnel for X, Y, and Z, but it takes a little bit more to building a funnel than just use it. You know what I mean? So that's why I wanted you to talk a little bit about that. So we on Money Mondays here. Jeff the Wealth Builder. We got Ryan McCrary, aka the Funnel Doctor. We're talking all things marketing, all things funnel, all thing. You mentioned something earlier in the conversation when you said funnel stacking.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
And I was like, wait a minute. You kind of like. I want you to pause on that a little bit, like back that thing up a little bit. Talk about this funnel stacking thing, because like people like me, we need to understand like how these ideas and these concepts can help us, and how we can utilize these things, and how you can build these things, these funnel stackings, and to help us in our businesses. So talk a little bit about that funnel stacking and how and why is it important in marketing and funnel.
Yeah, so funnel stacking. What is funnel stacking? So basically, it's when you stack multiple funnels on top of each other. So before, when advertising costs weren't as expensive, it didn't cost as much to acquire a customer, you can do like a little free plus shipping funnel, a lead magnet funnel, just something to get people in the door and then either break even or be in the black on the initial transaction. So let's say you got a book. You're like, all right, I'm going to do free plus shipping in my book. I'm going to get people in. I'm going to run some ads to it. I'm going to acquire a customer. Now with this free thing, I get people into my world. And again, I'm either breaking even or I'm even profitable or in the black on the initial transaction. Now, when I've acquired this customer, all the other money I make from that customer is in the black because I already spent money to acquire them. Makes sense so far?
Makes sense so far.
All right. So when costs increased and it costs a lot more money to get a customer, now we got to use quote unquote funnel stacking so we get into the black. So now when they come through that free book funnel, I may put another funnel on the back of it, like a webinar funnel or something like that. So now when they come through both funnels, now I can get into the black as opposed to just one. So as an example, I had a campaign that we ran. I was going to my funnel course, my $47 funnel course. And we spent like over $50,000 on this one campaign. So we spent $50,000 on Facebook ads. They came through and got my $47 funnel online course. But from course sales, we only made $25,000. And you may be like, all right, you spent $50,000 on ads, you got $25,000 on the course. This math ain't math. But on the back of the course, on the thank you page, we had a button that linked to a discovery call funnel. So once they bought the course, they'd be prompted to get into the other funnel, which to book a strategy call or a discovery call, a sales call. And from that funnel, we was able to close $250,000 in new business from people that came through that funnel. So that $50,000 now 5x to $250,000 from funnel stacking. We had the course funnel, then we had the appointment funnel in the back end. So they came through both funnels. Now we're in the black. We 5x our ad spend as opposed to only getting half our ad spend back.
I'm so happy you broke that down that way because now you done gave your boy like 3 or 4 ideas on how to do this funnel stacking and kind of make it do what it do. Okay, so that was live. I like that. Money Mondays here. We're talking with Ryan McCrary, the funnel doctor here. What is one of the big things that professionally and personal, if we look at the clock 1 year from today, and it's February 12th, 2025, what must the funnel doctor look back and say that he's accomplished for him to feel as though that year has been successful?
Okay, we definitely want to help more people. You know, we want to launch more successful funnels. So like I would say at least 25 new 6 or 7 figure funnels that we want to launch. We want to hire at least maybe 2 to 3 more people. I want to get at least 1 more property within the next 12 months or so. And besides that, you know, we want to hit multiple 7 figures in sales over the next 12 months as well. But yeah, definitely, you know, helping people to impact, launching successful funnels, which help, you know, not just the client, the business owner, it helps them hire more people generally, build wealth for their family. Again, I want to build more wealth. I want to get more properties. I want to put some more money into insurance, cash value. I want to get some more insurance policies. And we want to grow our sales in the business as well.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I see you mentioned a couple of things that you wanted to get accomplished from a personal level that dealt with wealth. And so I'm going to try to tie this thing in as far as building wealth and marketing funnels. So how can professionals, first generation business owners, first generation entrepreneurs, how can they use funnels to kind of increase their wealth so they could be in a place that they can close the wealth gap in America? How do you see funneling playing a role in that process?
Yeah, so funneling takes your business to the next level. So, and we all know, you know, one of the catalysts to building wealth in America is through entrepreneurship. Yeah, it's real estate. Yeah, stock market investing, life insurance, and so forth. But another big pillar is entrepreneurship. And a funnel helps you grow your business and helps you acquire way more customers. So that's how I see it. If I can acquire more customers, if I can make more money in my business, if I can grow my business, I can grow my team and so forth. That's how I see you being able to build more wealth and grow generational wealth through funnels. making more money and acquiring more customers.
That's what's up. We got the book here, guys.
Let's
the prescription.
go.
We got the prescription. Tell people where they can get this book from.
Link in bio is on Amazon. You can get your copy. You order it today, you get it by tomorrow. We're also going to have it on our website soon. Our book funnel about to launch, so you'll be able to get that as well. That should be coming out within the next few weeks. But for right now, you can go on Amazon. Link is in my bio. You'll get your copy by tomorrow. You got Amazon Prime. You get your copy by tomorrow.
And how can people find you if they want to work with you?
I'm all over social at Ryan McCrary or at the Funnel Doctor. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, X, everywhere you can find me. Our website is thefunneldoctoragency.com. That's thefunneldoctoragency.com. But you can connect with me on social all over. You can DM me. You can jump on the call, whatever the case may be. We want to help as many people as possible. We want to help grow and build as many successful funnels as possible because, like I said, that helps you make more money, acquire more customers, build more wealth, hire more people. And that's how we have true change in our community.
Awesome. Ryan McCrary, Money Mondays. You know, we talking dope financial professionals and entrepreneurs closing the wealth gap, utilizing strategies. Funnel was the process that we talked about today, and how you can increase your wealth and how you can position yourself to be in a place to have the money to fund the things that you're passionate about and ultimately close the wealth gap here in America. Thank you, my brother, for being a guest. Any last words before we get out of here today?
I would say get your funnel out there and launch it, put it out there, get in front of more people, try to help as many people as possible. That's the main thing. Like I said, I'm all about funnels and ads and marketing and everything like that. So a lot of people are just being the best kept secret in your niche. You got great products and services, but it's not in front of enough people. So if you're struggling in your business or you're doing great amounts of revenue in your business, but you still want to grow more, you want to have the right funnel, you want to have the right ad campaign, you want to get in front of people, and you want to grow it and scale it. So put your funnel out there, get it out there. You want to definitely have all your stuff tight on the back end and upsell. We didn't even talk much about upsells and order bumps and downsells and like lifetime value, average order value. So that's another thing as well. Is like, how can you maximize the customer when they come in and getting more out of the customer? That's another thing you want to do as well. But just put it out there, grow it and scale it. Holla at the funnel doctor.
So I want to bring you back so we can talk about more of those things.
Yeah,
so I think that'd be
that's what I'm saying. So much. We only scratch the surface.
But I think that's another reason why we need to get this funnel right, money right thing together as well, because I think it's something that that's needed. So let's see if we can get some things out there to test it to see if people want it.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it.
That's great, man. So we're gonna end this edition, episode 9. Money Mondays with Jeff, and I'm looking to bring some more dope financial professionals and entrepreneurs onto the platform to discuss strategies and how to build wealth and how to keep more of the money that we're making under our management so we can close the wealth gap here in America. Make sure you sign up. Go to www.cashvaluewealthbuilder.com. Register for our free virtual conference that's happening on February 24th and February 23rd and February 24th. We have over 12 different financial experts that's going to be coming to give you some education on how you can start to build indestructible wealth with cash value life insurance. So we need you to make sure that you register and attend so you can get the information to elevate your financial platform and your financial education. Thank you guys for being on this edition of Money Mondays, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great day, guys.